Hi, welcome back to ChemTube channel. Today we are going to look at MRSM paper 1. Let's start. Okay, question number 1. Which atom forms a K-ions? K-ions is the positive ions. So, okay, positive ion normally refer to the metal atoms. Okay, metal atoms. So here, among the choices here, so sodium. Okay, so chlorine will be negative, nitrogen also negative, oxygen also negative. So the answer is point. Number 2, what is the meaning of empirical formula? It's empirical formula. We need to find the word simplest whole number ratio, okay, of atoms for each elements. So the keywords here, simplest whole number ratio, so C. So actual number of atoms here actually refer to the molecular formula. Okay, question number 3, which chemical cell is not rechargeable? So not rechargeable, okay, so should be the normal battery, should be C. Okay, the others all can be charged or rechargeable. Okay. Question number 4. Which of the following is the monoatomic gas? Refer to group 18 because they have achieved octet or diplet electron arrangement. So argon is the answer. Okay, question number 5. It shows the standard representation for the helium atom. Helium atom. So helium is from group 18. So which of the following shows the atomic structure? So atomic structure, it shows the electrons, and then it shows the protons and the neutrons. Neutrons. Okay, so remember that. So helium. Okay, so this is the nucleon number. Nucleon number. Okay, so this is a proton. Proton same as electrons, so it's 2 electrons. So electron arrangement is 2 okay, 2. So 2. Okay, so nucleon number is the proton plus the neutrons. So proton is 2, so neutrons will be 2. So 2 neutrons, 2 protons. So the answer should be A. A. Okay. Next question, question number 6. Which pair correctly shows the difference between the electrolytic cell and the chemical cell? So electrolytic cell, okay, actually both contains electrolyte. Okay, electrons flows from negative terminal to positive, and then electrons flows from positive to negative. Okay, so this one is reverse. Reverse, so wrong. Okay, electrolytic cell, 2 different types of metal. Okay, chemical cell cannot be same type of metals. So this one cannot. Okay, electrolytic cell converts electrical energy to chemical energy. Yes, chemical to electrical. So D is the answer. Question 7. Which of the following substances ionize partially? Partially in water. So partially refer to the weak acid or weak alkali. So this one is a strong acid, strong alkali. This is alcohol. Alcohol. So this is alcohol. So alcohol is out. So this is a weak acid. Weak acid. Okay, which of the following is an insoluble salt? Okay, insoluble salt. So okay, carbonate salt. Yeah, okay, A is insoluble salt. Calcium chloride. Calcium chloride is a soluble. No, not the answer. Lead to nitrate or nitrate soluble. not the answer. Zinc sulfate soluble. So A is the answer. Question number 9. Which of the following substances are true about the strong alkaline? Strong alkaline, high pH value, correct. Ionized B. High concentration of hydrogen ions should be hydroxide ions. And they exist as molecules, so no. So it is 1 and 2. Okay. Question 10. Diagram 2 shows a set of cookware usually used in a kitchen. So which of the following types of glass are suitable for making this cookware? So for cookware, must be it can withstand high temperature. Okay. So the one most suitable glass would be the borosilicate glass. Okay, question 11. Which of the following is not made from the composite substances? So once we look into the choices here, okay, obviously only A is not the composite substances. Okay, 12. What is the name for the process to prepare the alcohol from the fruit juice? From the fruit juice contains glucose, right? Okay, glucose, so under fermentation. Okay. 13. Which of the following explain the effective collisions? Okay, we look into the choices here. The collisions where X energy is less than the activation energy. The collision that has low energy, collision will take place before a reaction. The collision that causes a reaction. So D is the correct answer. 14. Which statement is true about the unsaturated hydrocarbons? So unsaturated means it has carbon-carbon double bond. Okay. So let's see. Okay, soluble in water, can conduct electricity in all state. I think no. Okay, no. Contains carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So hydrocarbon contains carbon and hydrogen only. Contains at least one double bond between the carbon bond. So D is the answer. 15. Diagram shows a test tube containing the iron nail and the water. So what type of reaction occur in the test tubes? So this one, obviously, rusting is a redox reaction. Okay. 16. Which of the following substance act as an oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent meaning that it undergoes reduction. Reduction. So the common popular oxidizing agent, acidified potassium manganate 7 and acidified potassium manganate dichromate 6. So here, okay, we can see okay, so undergoes reduction. Here will be B. Okay, B. Why? Because the chlorine turns to chloride. So 0 to -1, so decrease in oxidation number, so reduction. The others all are not correct. Okay. 17. Which substance is used in a Copex? Copex means undergoes endothermic, absorb heat from the surrounding. So here, okay, the choices here, so is only one, sodium bicarbonate. When it decomposes, it absorb heat and becomes a Copex. Beside sodium bicarbonate, normally if you see the ammonium salt, okay, so for example ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, ammonium nitrate, all can be used as a Copex as well. Okay, 18. As a frontliner, at least uniform sometimes stained with blood. So what which detergent additives will remove the blood stain effectively? So blood stain is contains the like protein, so we have to use the biological enzyme to remove it. Okay, 19. The following thermochemical equation represent a neutralization between the hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. Okay, hydrochloric acid, strong acid, sodium hydroxide, strong alkaline. So the heat of neutralization is 57.3 kilojoule per mole. So which substance is suitable to replace the hydrochloric acid to obtain the same value of heat of neutralization? So meaning that this is strong monoprotic acid. Okay, we must choose one also strong monoprotic acid. Okay, A, yes, ethanol acid is a weak acid, so cannot. The delta H you produce will be less than 57.3. Carbonic acid also weak, so no. Phosphoric also weak, so cannot. So A is the answer. Okay, 20. Diagram shows a box of aspirin. Aspirin can relieve fever and pain. Actually, it's the painkillers. So relative molecular mass is 180. 180. So if the molecular formula of aspirin is C9HX, okay, C9HXO4. So what is the value of X? So we will get is 180. So we will replace in the AR for all the elements here. So carbon is 12 times 9 plus X times H is 1 plus O is 16 times 4. So equals to 180. So X we can use a calculator. So minus okay, we total out will be 172. So you will get is 8. Yeah. So the answer is C. Okay, question 21. Which compound is formed by transferring the electrons? Transferring the electrons meaning that is the ionic compounds. Okay, ionic compound. So ionic compounds form between the metal and non-metal, not sharing the electrons. So ammonia is NH3, or are non-metals, so it's a sharing of electrons, so no. Lithium oxide, yes, it forms by lithium ions and then the oxide ions, so gain or lost electrons, so B is the answer. Carbon monoxide, sharing of electrons. Hydrogen chloride, also sharing of electrons. Okay, 22. Okay, table shows the melting point for 4 substances. Okay, W, X, Y, and Z. Okay, so which substance is suitable as an electrolyte when it is heated at temperature 900 degrees Celsius? Okay, so 900 degrees Celsius meaning that it should be able to melt already. Otherwise, it still exists in a solid, so it cannot conduct electricity. Okay, so first one, W, we can see melting point, okay, melt already, but in the molecule, so no ions cannot become the electrolyte, no freely moving ions. Y, X also, atoms, no freely moving ions. So Y and Z, they have ions possible, but we look into the melting point. For Z is 3200, meaning that in the 900 degrees Celsius, Z is still exists in the solid state. So the ions are in the fixed position, cannot move freely. So the only choice would be Y. Y. Okay. Next, 23. The boiling point of bromine is lower than iodine. So which statement best explain the phenomenon? Okay, so let's see. The atomic size bromine is smaller. Okay, so bromine should be smaller, correct, but does it explain the boiling point? No. The number of electrons of bromine is smaller. Electrons not related to boiling point. Electronegativity also related to the reactivity. No. Okay, so boiling point we relate it using the force of attraction. If force of attraction between the bromine molecules is weaker, meaning that it can less heat is needed to overcome the force of attraction. Okay, yeah. So D is the answer. 24. Which statement about the bonding in a carbon dioxide molecule is not correct? Okay, not correct. Huh? Okay, so okay, carbon dioxide is using the sharing of electrons, so it's a covalent bond. Huh? Okay, so both carbon and oxygen have achieved stable octet electron arrangement. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is correct, huh? Because the question asks you not correct. Okay, carbon shares its 4 electrons with 1 oxygen atom, so should be 2 lah, because carbon dioxide, right? Okay, so should be 2 oxygen. So B lah is the answer. Let's look at C. Each carbon oxygen atom share 2 electrons with 1 carbon atoms, correct? 2 double covalent bonds are formed. Yeah, correct. Okay, 25. A solution of sodium hydroxide has a concentration of 60 gram per cubic decimeter. So what is the molarity? Okay, so we know that the molarity, right? Molarity, okay, concentration in gram per cubic decimeter, right? Okay, concentration in gram per cubic decimeter equals to the molarity times the molar mass. We use this formula. Okay, so concentration, so it's 60. Okay, so we can find the molarity. The molar mass for the sodium hydroxide, so sodium hydroxide is Na or H. We total up, Na is 23, O is 16, H is 1, so it's 40. Okay, so times 40. So we can say molarity 60 over 40. So we will get is 1.5 mole per cubic decimeter. So the answer is C. Okay, question number 26. Diagram shows the apparatus for the electrolytic cell. Okay, so using the copper electrodes, copper 2 sulfate solution. So which of the following graphs shows the changes in mass of the cathode? Okay, cathode. Cathode meaning that at the negative terminal. Okay, so this is the positive. So at the anode here, the anode will decrease and becomes thinner. Okay, so copper, you change to copper 2 ions, lost 2 electrons. So you decrease, but the question asks you about the cathode. So cathode is the negative terminal, so we will choose the copper and the hydrogen. So copper is lower, copper 2 ions, so lower in the ECS, so meaning that copper 2 ions will gain 2 electrons from the copper. So in other words, okay, the copper, okay, copper, it will form the brown solid. Okay, so later on it will becomes bigger, okay, in size, because the brown solid is formed at the cathode. So what happens to the mass of the, so meaning that initially shouldn't be 0. Okay, so cannot be 0, so it should be starting somewhere here, so it keep increase. Okay, so D is the answer. 27. Okay, 30 cubic centimeter of mixture of methane, ethane and propane gas with the same volume channel into the excess acidified potassium manganate 7 solution. So what is the volume of gas in the final mixture? Okay, so meaning that each gas here will be 10, 10 and 10. Okay, so here only one gas will be react with the acidified potassium manganate 7. So meaning that is the propene gas will react. So at the end, okay, these two gases are remains, so it's 20. Okay. 28. Okay. Diagram shows the metal guards made few blocks of the zinc attached to the hull of the ship. Okay, zinc. So why this action should be taken? Actually, to prevent the ions from rusting. Okay, so using the sacrificial metal to protect the iron from rusting. Okay, question 29. Diagram shows the dilution process of hydrochloric acid. So 10 cubic centimeter of 2 mole per cubic decimeter. This is the initial volume and concentration. So 18 water, 5 times dilution, then it forms a diluted hydrochloric acid. So what is the molarity of the diluted solution? So given to you, final volume, okay, is n times V1. Okay, actually this one should be 5 now. 5. Okay, so here actually we can use the formula M1V1 equals to M2V2. So 1 is before dilution, 2 is after dilution. So we replace in molarity for the acid will be 2, volume will be 10. Okay, so molarity after dilution we put in, okay, M2. So V2 we know that is times 5, right? Times 5 meaning that is 50. Okay, so M2 is, use your calculator, so 20 over 50, so we get 0.4 mole per cubic decimeter. So it's 0.4. A is the answer. Okay, 30. Diagram shows the structure of the polymer. So we can see actually from polymers, right? You'll see some of the units are repeating. For example, you can see CH2, CH, CH3. Then CH2 again, meaning that this one repeat already, and this one repeat with this one. So in other words, you can just check. We can just take out the one part of it. Okay, yeah. So this is the monomer of it. So monomer normally it has a carbon-carbon double bond, double bond. So meaning that you see, okay, this one got the CH2 double bond, CH, then CH3. So D is the answer. Okay. So if we draw out, it will be like this, H, H, so H, this one CH3. So this is the monomer of it. Okay. 31. Table shows the observation for 2 chemical reaction. Okay. First one, put in the sulfuric acid and a Q, then we will get the white precipitate. Hydrochloric acid with Q, then we will form a colorless solution. Colorless solution. So meaning that, let's see. Okay. So we have to see if white precipitate means that precipitation reaction. Okay. So we have to check one by one. If silver nitrate Q, silver nitrate, silver sulfate, yeah. Okay, then silver chloride, silver chloride, it should be white precipitate, but the observation here is not correct, so it's wrong. Okay, barium sulfate, yes. Okay, then barium chloride is soluble. Okay, this one correct. The B should be the answer. Lead sulfate, then lead chloride, it should be white precipitate also. So this one no. Magnesium sulfate, it won't form any white precipitate. So D also out. B is the answer. 32. Which of the following compounds has the highest number of oxygen atoms? So oxygen atoms. Okay, yeah. So we see one by one. Okay, so hydrogen peroxide, we write out the formula. Sodium dichromate will be Na2Cr2O7. Okay. Potassium chromate is K2CrO4. Then vanadium oxide is V2O5. So we check which one has the highest number of oxygen atoms. So it should be boy. Okay, 33. Okay, table shows the composition of an alloy. Okay, iron 74%, chromium 18, carbon is 8. So which of the following is made from this alloy? Yeah? So this alloy actually is the surgery utensil. Yeah. Okay. 34. The diagram shows the apparatus reaction between sodium thiosulfate solution with sulfuric acid. So during the reaction, the pungent smell of X mark is covered by a white precipitate. So based on the observation, what are the products formed? In actual fact, okay, if we write out the equation, okay, sodium thiosulfate S2O3 react with sulfuric acid. So it forms the sodium sulfate, okay, and then sulfur dioxide, and then sulfur with water. Okay, there are 4 products here, and then you can see all the products are listed here, but here mention about the observation of pungent smell and X marks covered by a precipitate. So which one is referred to here? Pungent smell actually refer to the sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide, and then X mark covered by a precipitate. So precipitate form, the only one will be sulfur. So be sulfur. So the answer will be 2 and 4. 2 and 4. So D is the answer. Okay, 35. The diagram shows the structure of a compound. So what is the IUPAC name for the structure? So here you will observe a carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, so it's alkene. So alkene we try to calculate first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the same. So we can count from this side, because if you count from here, it will be carbon number 3. Count from the left hand side, it will be carbon number 2. So this one becomes a parent change. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be pent. Okay, carbon number 2. Pentuene. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next one will be the branch. Branch will be this one carbon, this one 1 carbon. So it will be methyl. This one also methyl. So there are 2 methyl, so we put dimethyl. Okay, where is the location of dimethyl here? So one at carbon number 3 and 1 at carbon number 4. So it will be 3, 4. 3, 4 dimethyl pentuene. So B is the answer. Okay, so if you have any question, you can leave at the comments so we can discuss again. Okay, 36. 3.2 gram of gas alcohol occupies 1120 cubic centimeter. So what is the relative molecular mass for R? Okay, first, okay, we can find the number of mole first. Okay, we have to standardize the unit first. So you can change this cubic centimeter to cubic decimeter first. Okay, let's say is divided by 1000 is 1.12 cubic decimeter. So first one, we calculate the number of mole. Okay, is the volume divided by molar volume 1.12 divided by 22.4. So you will get is 0.05 mole. Okay, then another one, you can use the mass over molar mass. So you can see molar mass. So it's the mole times the will be mass over the mole. Okay, mass over the mole. So mass over the mole. So the mass is 3.2, mole is 0.05. So you will get 64. Okay, 64. So it's the relative molecular mass of R. Okay, 37 energy level diagrams for a reaction between the substance T and the water. So you can see this is endothermic reaction, no? Okay, endothermic reaction. So what is the substance T? So like previous question, ammonium salt, sulfate, ammonium chloride, ammonium nitrate in endothermic reaction. Okay, 38. Okay, what is the volume of 0.5 mole per cubic decimeter hydrochloric acid needed to neutralize the barium hydroxide? Okay, I think this question is very popular. You should be able to calculate it correctly. We use the formula MAVA over MBVB. A over B. Okay, A we let it for acid, B we let it be for base. Okay, so for alkali, for acid first, so molarity is 0.5. So we need to find out the volume of acid. MB would be 0.1. Okay, over A is for acid, so acid is 2. Then this is 1. Okay, 2 over 1. So use the cross multiply. Okay, cross multiply. So we will get the VA. Okay, so 0.5 VA equals to, okay, is 2 times 0.1 times 25. So we can calculate VA equals to 10 cubic centimeter. Okay, B is the answer. Okay, 39. Table shows the information about X, Y, and Z. Okay, X less than 12, Y 12, and then Z is more than 12. Okay, so which one is correct? So let's see properly. Okay, proton number, electron arrangement is 282. Okay, so you see here. Okay, in other words, all the X, Y, Z will form a positive. Okay, X also 2 plus, because once it react with the chloride, it forms a Cl2. Okay, so meaning that for X it should be 2, 2, 2, 2. This one should be 2, 8, 8, 2. Okay. Now, which statement is correct? Okay, the relative atomic mass decreased from the X, Y, Z should be increased. X, Y, Z shows similar chemical properties. Okay, correct. X, Y, Z dissolve in water produce acidic. No, it should be alkaline because group 2. Then black solid form when X, Y, Z react with oxygen. It's not the black solid. Should be white solid. Okay, so B should be the answer. Okay, question 40. Question 40, it shows the chromatography techniques that used to separate the carbohydrates molecules in a food sample. Okay, so which one is is a covalent bond? No? So which of the following suitable to be used as a solvent? Okay, as I've checked through the internet and asked the supervisor in the university, and then we found out this question actually is not correct and no answer for it, because so far only propane is cannot be the solvent. Ethanol, water, and ethanoic acid, these three can be the solvent for the carbohydrates. Okay, question 41, diagram 13 show 4 chemical cells using pairs of metal PS, QS, PR, and QR. Okay, let's have a look here, cell 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the concept here, you have to know that if negative terminal or anode, it becomes high, is higher position in the electrochemical series. The positive terminal, okay, is a lower position in the electrochemical series. And then if the voltage produced is bigger, meaning that the distance between the two metals in the electrochemical series will be further. Okay, so let's say now we look at cell 1. Okay, P and S. So P is negative, meaning that P is higher in the electrochemical series. S is lower. Okay, so the distance is 1.86 volt. Okay, now we look at sec 2, Q and S. In Q is negative terminal, so meaning that Q is higher in the ECS compared to S. But the distance is shorter because 1.23 only. So meaning that Q will be somewhere here. Okay, for example. So let's say here is only 1.23. Okay. Now set 3, 1.38 P and R. P and R, P is negative, R is positive. So R 1.38. So meaning that R is somewhere between the Q and S. Okay, so meaning that this one and this one is 1.38 volt. And then Q and R. So meaning that now the question asks you, what is the Q and R? So meaning that what is the range for these two? Okay. So here actually we can do the calculation. For example, here, okay, we know that PS is 1.86, PR is 1.238. So meaning that we can actually calculate this voltage, alright? So meaning that R and S we can use, okay, let's say R and S actually is 1.86 minus 1.38. Okay, so meaning that is around 0.48. Okay, 0.48 volt. So 0.48 volt. So meaning that here we know is 0.48. So meaning that if QR meaning that is 1.23 minus 0.48. So is 0.75 volt. Okay, so 0.75 volt. A student eats a sweet that contains a citric acid. It's a weak acid. So chewing a sweet stimulates the formation of saliva, which is slightly alkaline. Okay, so which of the following graphs shows the changes in pH of saliva while chewing? So as mentioned here, saliva is slightly alkaline, so meaning that its pH should be slightly higher than 7. So let's see. Okay, so C is definitely out, and then D also, D is possible. Okay, so next, the sweet contains the citric acid, meaning that it will neutralize the alkaline in the saliva. So meaning that D is out now. Okay, so now the possibility will be A or B. Okay, so during the neutralization, okay, it will be neutralized. Okay, neutralized meaning that it reach pH 7. Okay, after it is neutralized, then the pH will go up again. So B will be not that possible. So it will be A. Okay. Question 43. Diagram 14 shows the apparatus for the electroplating of teapot using the silver metal. So the teapot we want to electroplate the teapot with the silver. Oh, so actually the position of the terminal of the battery will be wrong, because the electroplate metal should put at the anode, positive terminal. So after 20 minutes, electroplating does not occur. So what should be done? So actually, just interchange the terminals of the cell. Table 5 shows the observation for the test carried out on the salt X. So test 1, excess sodium hydroxide. The white precipitate which dissolve in excess sodium hydroxide solution is formed. Okay, so for this one, okay, for the sodium hydroxide, okay, we have two possibility. Okay, so let's say is soluble in excess, and insoluble in excess. So soluble in excess, okay, as I mentioned in other video, okay, is pizza, PZ, A. P stand for lead, Z stand for zinc, and A stand for aluminium. Then insoluble we have McDonald MC. So McDonald M stand for magnesium and calcium. Okay, so here white precipitate dissolved in excess, so can be lead, zinc, or aluminium. So we see what is the choices here. So aluminium, okay, lead, okay, can be lead, aluminium, or zinc. Okay, so we still cannot determine. So let's see. Number 2, okay, heating of the solid of salt X. So a brown gas release, okay, and a residue that is brown when hot and yellow when cold is formed. So when you see this observation, you will know this is actually is a lead oxide. Lead oxide. So lead oxide meaning that it must be lead now. It must be lead. So zinc is out. Aluminium is out, zinc is out. Then it can be lead 2 carbonate or lead 2 nitrate. If lead 2 carbonate, okay, you heat it, right? You produce a colorless gas. So it cannot produce a brown gas. So B also not possible. So B nitrate, because nitrate you produce a nitrogen dioxide, which is brown gas. So meaning that C is the answer. Okay, next question. Diagram 15 shows the pack of Epsom salt which is used in a laxative. Okay, so you can see, or you just remember, the Epsom salt actually contains a magnesium sulfate. Okay, magnesium sulfate. So which substance cannot be used to prepare the magnesium sulfate, the Epsom salt? Okay, so here we have to know it is a soluble salt. Soluble salt. So soluble salt we can use. Okay, we can use the metal with acid. Okay, metal carbonate with acid. Another one is the metal oxide with acid. Okay, now we check what cannot be. So it's except these three. Magnesium chloride with the dilute sulfuric acid. Acid is correct. Okay, but magnesium chloride is none of these choices. So A is out. Magnesium oxide with dilute, metal oxide with dilute sulfuric acid, yes. Magnesium carbonate is metal carbonate, yes. Magnesium metal, yes, metal with acid. So only A is not suitable to prepare the magnesium sulfate. Okay, question 46. Diagram shows the graph of concentration of sodium thiosulfate solution against time. Okay, the curve was obtained when the sodium thiosulfate solution of different concentration react with 5 cubic decimeter of 2 mole per cubic decimeter hydrochloric acid at 30 degrees Celsius. So the experiment are repeated at temperature of 10, 20, 40 and 50. Okay, so meaning that the X, this one, the temperature is 30, okay, 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you will get the concentration will decrease with time. Okay, then if the temperature now is 20, okay, 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so how is the change of the concentration? Meaning that at 20 degrees Celsius, the reaction would be at a lower rate of reaction. So meaning that the concentration will decrease slower compared to 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so A and B is not possible because it will decrease very fast compared to 30. So at 30 should be not A, B, so it can be C or D. Okay, so C and D, so C will be more possible. Okay, D will be for 10 degrees Celsius. Okay. Next question, a student ate magnesium ribbon into 4 different solutions. So which solution will produce the highest rate of reaction? So let's see. Okay, highest rate of reaction, we cannot choose the weak acid. Cannot. Okay, phosphoric acid also weak acid. Now if same concentration, same volume, okay, this one is monoprotic acid. This one is diprotic acid. Both are strong acid. So if compare B and C, we'll choose C because diprotic acid. In other words, when 2 mole per cubic decimeter sulfuric acid, the actual reacting particles, the hydrogen ions, will be 4 mole per cubic decimeter, will be double. Okay, so C will be highest rate of reaction. Question 48. Table shows the chemical equation involved in preparation of alkaline solution. Okay, so lithium hydroxide, lithium react with oxygen, produce a lithium oxide. Then lithium oxide react with water, then produce a lithium hydroxide is the alkaline. Okay, now the question mentioned 3.5 gram of lithium, so 3.5 gram. Okay, then burn in excess oxygen. So the metal oxide produced is dissolved to produce 100 cubic centimeter of solution. So meaning that now this one will be 100 cubic centimeter. Okay. So what is the molarity of the solution produced? Okay, now we have to solve one by one. So we have to solve the number of mole for lithium metal first. Okay, so we have to calculate number of mole of lithium. So mass is 3.5, molar mass is 7. So you get is 0.5, 0.5 mole. Okay, so now we compare with lithium oxide. Okay, lithium oxide will be, if here is 4 to 2 means half lah, meaning that this one will be so volume for mole for the lithium oxide will be half, so 0.025 mole. Okay, so this one will be 0.025 mole. Okay, so if we bring down here, so lithium is 0.025 mole. Okay, if compare with the lithium hydroxide, so times 2, so meaning that this one will be double, 0.5 mole. Okay, so meaning that now molarity of lithium hydroxide will be volume divided by mole divided by the volume, so 0.5 mole, volume is 100 cubic centimeter, so you will get is 5 mole per cubic decimeter. So B is the answer. Okay, question 49. Sodium silicate is an inorganic salt that is widely used in cosmetic and skincare products. So the following chemical equation shows the reaction for the formation of sodium silicate. Okay, so this is a sodium silicate. So what is the change of the number of silicon? Silicon. So here. Okay. So silicon initially is atom, so definitely is 0. So C and D is out. So we have to check whether the silicon at the sodium silicate here, what is the oxidation number? So sodium silicate. Okay, we have to find out this one. Sodium is group 1, so plus 1 times 2 plus silicon, then oxide is minus 2 times 3, so equals to 0. Okay, so plus 2 minus 6, 0. So silicon is minus 4, 0. So we shift the minus 4 to here, so it becomes plus 4. So meaning that 0 to plus 4. B is the answer, not A. Okay. Last question. Okay. The following shows the thermochemical equation for the combustion of propanol. Okay, so 1.68 gram of propanol burn in excess oxygen. So what is the maximum temperature for 500 cubic centimeter of water if the initial temperature is 30 degrees Celsius? Okay, now delta H is 2021 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so first step we have to calculate the number of mole first. So mole for propanol, C3H7OH. So the mass is 1.68. Molar mass for the propanol, so we total up. C3 is here already given, so 60. So over 60. So you will get the mole is 0.028 mole. Okay. Then after that, okay, we have the mole, we have the delta H. So delta H equals to the Q over the mole. Okay. So the Q would be delta H times the mole. So delta H times mole is delta H is 0.2021 times mole is 0.028. Okay, so you will get 56588. We directly change to joule, joule times 1000. The one you calculate from here times 1000. Okay, so here once we get the Q is 56588, right? Okay, equals to mc theta. So our Q is 56588. M is the volume of water, so it's 500 times C is 4.2. So theta we'll get is roughly is 26.95, okay, degrees Celsius. So meaning that if initial is 30, so meaning that the highest temperature maximum temperature is 30 plus 26.95, so it'll be 56.95, okay, or roughly is 57 degrees Celsius. Okay, so is D would be the answer. Okay, so that is all for the MRSM paper 1 trial paper. So if you have any question, you can write at the comment below. Okay, thank you.